is by my window, just like the waves down on the beach. Yeah, I got this girl beside me, but man, she's so far out of reach. I said the cars is by my window, just like the waves down the beach.
Religion, the Bible. Looked at the book and said devil. And then said, no, that says lived backwards. The devil is someone who hasn't lived. Lived backwards. So in the present tense, you live. So if you can't get right in the present tense, where you live, which we're all told is where all our seeds are sown, how are you going to live in the future and the past? The present tense. That's what religion will drag you away from. Oh no, you don't want to be dealing with that issue now. Let us deal with that. Use count them chickens over there and them crows up there, and we'll take care of this, and we'll look after you for doing that. Some of them will, but maybe not all of them. What do you call it? I was feeling the walls closing in on me, and everything closing in on me, and noises closing in on me, and it all accelerating and getting faster and faster. So just trying to escape. So it's just cycle the whole way to Ravensdale, just to not be in the machine, to be out of the machine in nature. Birds singing, no synthesized environment. And then I started seeing all these things. I was like, fuck that, I need to capture that and have part of that where I am at home, where all the madness is. So I was bringing the nature to the madness, so I wouldn't have to cycle an hour just to get away from the machine.
10 miles maybe,
yeah. Aye. But then exposure therapy is another thing as well that I thought was relevant. Is when you're sitting in your room and you're thinking of cars, traffic, accident, lorries, activity, things moving fastly on the way out to Ravensdale, and you'd be thinking of all these other things. But it's funny how when you're in the element of something, these things no longer are an issue, which is a strange psychology on realities, machines, functioning abilities. It's exposure therapy. I suppose exposure therapy would be what if you're claustrophobic to lock yourself in the closet for, but I don't think that would work. But I think with certain things it works. With things that are practical exposure, because if it's an altered reality that you've been exposed to, it kind of, for me, that kind of means that it's not exposure, but it's not exposure to reality, it's exposure to a synthesized reality. So it's not exposure to what your reason of having a phobia about that thing is, on practicalities. But that's the other thing as well, isn't it? Practicality and theory. The theory is too highly thought of. Theoretically, that's a square thing of roses. Look, there's a square. What is it? It's a tin of roses. That's a square tin of roses theoretically. But we all know practically it's a round tin of roses.
Yeah, I said, long live rock and roll. Yeah, you gotta get it into your soul.
Doesn't really work. It's just bullshit.
Theories.
Really like to get it on.
Ego. Because I'd stayed awake for 3 days. I was, fuck, that's mine.
Yeah, I swear, solid with my own 2 eyes. Fairies of books and dance with the
I don't know that one.
That's on the 6th song on the Paranoid album.
Black Sabbath.
Yeah, Black Sabbath. Just something to occupy the mind, something to do, take my mind off cigarettes. And then I found out that I liked to smoke when I was drunk. So that was a kind of a jinx anyway, but yeah. It was just cartoons, just comic books, just copying out the characters, just getting used to illusions. That was basically that. Then got into, I don't know, I was very much, I was always very easily impressed by other people's artwork, as in thinking that this was something monumental that they're doing here, when it was something quite simple, or even something quite computerized, or computer generated, or something that didn't mean anything to them, but that I'd be looking at it and thinking, well, no, that does mean something, when it really doesn't. Really, trash humour, that kind of crack, like in magazines. But it got me started. Got me, I felt, well, I should be able to do bottom of the line artwork that anybody could do. But then,
yeah, I didn't wanna be the one to live on your sweetheart. Rock and roll is dying. Long live rock and roll. Yeah, you gotta get it in your soul.
I would say about most humans, more so than myself, definitely, that have capabilities that they don't know they have. They do not know they have these capabilities. Same thing with religion is maybe different, that they preach that they have more capabilities than they actually have. So you overestimate yourself.
Yeah, I said because it's by my window, just like the waves down the beach. Oh yeah, now headlights through my window shining on my wall.
It's displaying, is it?
Oh yeah.